And now for the hood. The little dents I don't mind. I think I mentioned that in a previous videos that I like a couple of little dents here and there. It kind of gives it a little bit of character. But these like rust marks here, I got to get rid of those. So I'm going to bring those over. We're going to do some body filler on that and get those so they're nice and smooth. All right, so my plan is going to be to alternate putting body filler on both the windshield and the hood. So I'm going to put it on here first, allow this time to dry, and then I'll jump onto this, put on body filler where it needs it, allow that to dry. While that's drying, I will jump onto this and start sanding. Before I start doing that, I'm gonna have to remove, I'll show you guys. I'm gonna have to remove just the little remainder of paint that's on here. That should come off pretty easy using this stripper disc here with my drill. So I'll do that first. Looks pretty good. I don't feel like I need any body filler on the sides. It's mainly in this middle area. There's definitely some deep divots from rust in the front here, and I took that stripper disc and cleaned it as much as I could on this middle area. So now I'm going to work on this area right here, adding some body filler. Let me show you a little closer what it looks like. See how it's pitted all in this area? So that should be good. I'll dust that off, get that nice and clean, and then start adding some body filler. I don't put that much on because especially on a hot day like today, this is going to dry really fast and I don't want to waste a lot of it. So I'm going to put about a 5-inch diameter, about a 1/2-inch thick layer of body filler, and then I'm going to add some hardener to it, just a pea size, and then I'm going to mix it up so it's all one consistent color. It's like a red color. At this point you got to move kind of fast, especially like I said on a hot day like today. Probably like about 80 degrees right now, and so this is going to want to dry really quick. Put this down and then start spreading it. Just move you over this way. Now you're not going to get it perfect like I said on the first try. You just want to get a layer on there, and especially in this case you just putting a thin layer on this. And you're going to want to have the tendency to want to keep trying to get it smooth, but don't even bother. Just get it on there. In this case, it's not really bad what I'm covering. It's just little divots. So it's really not going to take much at all. I like to go back and like See, it's already starting to set up. So I like going across the other way too, because it just makes sure it gets filled in those low areas. And one thing I like to do in between layers, I always clean my trowel or my spatula really well. I want to get any of the dried Bondo or body filler off of it, because if you leave it on and it hardens, you get a lot of streaks, and you want it to be as smooth as you can. I got actually a little bit of dried stuff here that I'm gonna scrape off. That makes all the difference in the world. All right, so while that's drying, I'm gonna start on the windshield. I actually already started just putting on the first layer. So I'll just continue now, just putting that on. All right, so I just want to show you up close how I mix this up. When you use the actual body filler, I'm gonna just put on this much for now, maybe a little bit more. You guys see that? So that's a good amount to work with when it's this warm out. Then you take the hardener, about a pea-size amount on there. Now this is the real important part. You want to make sure you mix the hardener and the filler together so it's one constant color. Like if I try to put it on and it looks like that, you're going to have part of it that never dries and then part of it that dries really quickly. So you don't want that. You want it to all kind of dry together, because while I'm doing the windshield, the hood is drying a good amount. So when I sand it, I won't hit wet spots, I won't hit dry spots. You know, it's all going to be pretty even. So that looks pretty good. It's a little awkward doing it this way, but I think you get the idea. All right, so it's the next day. I was trying to sand down the body filler with the 120 grit, which really wasn't doing well at all. So I ended up getting some 40 grit, and this will at least cut down the bulk of it, and then I'll fine tune it with the 120 and maybe the 300 or 400. I like the Diablo products. It seems like a lot of their stuff works really well. I know the cutting blades do. We use a lot of the cast iron cutting blades in work, and this isn't an ad for them at all. I'm just sharing what I like. So I'm gonna get to it. All right guys, I'm gonna just clean this up now and then hit it with a little primer. I know when I go to do paint next summer, I'm gonna hit this all again just to fine tune it. But at this point, this is definitely good for a good sealer primer coat. There's something, I wanna say, motivating to getting it all one color and getting it primed. I really like that look. I feel like that's a good place to be. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm striving for this summer, is to get it all one color. All right guys, that's going to be it for today. I got at least one coat of primer on this here. It's still pretty wet. Could see a couple of places that I have to touch up, but all in all, it really don't look too bad. I'm pretty pleased with it. I'm gonna have to actually come back to the windshield because I noticed some of the areas here I'm gonna have to bring it in the garage and grind these areas down more, and then skim it over again and just kind of fine tune this a little bit more. But I think once it's done, it's going to look good. I'm so glad I butt welded this, because I have to grind some of these areas down a little bit more too, just to get a little more smooth. But that's all right. I'll just bring it in, grind it down, and bring it out, do another coat of body filler, and should be good to go. All right guys, well, that's going to be it for today. Have a great week, and I will see you on the next video. Next video, I'll actually have the Ned back in the garage, and we're going to pull the body back off, finish up the brakes, get those bled out and ready to go, and then do the final set of the tub and get everything put back together. Get it so I'd love to start the motor and get that running again. I've already had it running at one time, but I want to get it back in running condition so I can pull it in and out of the garage when I need to. And by just driving it in and out, I don't want to have to tow it in and out like I have been. But that's going to be it, guys. I will see you next time. Thanks for being here.